Well, we're just going to say bye to this magnificent cathedral for the moment, and I'm sure I'll be back one day because I do find this quite a fascinating cathedral, and it's a beautiful little city. Just outside we've got this big common area where people quite often sit in the sun or rain, but we're lucky because we've got the sun at the moment. And if we go down and go through the archway, we'll be at the top of the town centre. As you come out of the area around the cathedral, we come into this beautiful square. Always lots going on here, lots of cafes and bars, and it's a really pretty place. And not only have we got the cathedral to look at, but perhaps on another occasion we'll take in the Bishop's Palace, which is not actually something I've ever been into, so that would be new for us. But we're going to be back here in this area again, and the Bishop's Palace is somewhere to go. Actually, I have been in there because you walk around by the water, by the moat. But, oh, we've been summoned. We are going in towards the Bishop's Palace. Thank you. We've got two. It'll blow away. Luna's got a feather. So there you see you've got the moat that surrounds the Bishop's Palace.
Oh no!
And there's a swan. Expect to see the swans in the water, but this swan is actually sitting in the garden. Not always friendly swans, you have to be careful.
See?
Keeping an eye on things. And in the moat we've got ducks. Oh, and a swan swimming, so that's where we'd expect to see a swan. You actually see some fish in there as well.
Legs in the water.
So I said we weren't going into the Bishop's Palace. It looks like we are going into the Bishop's Palace. That's fine with me, yeah. We've got another wonderful arch and a portcullis. I hope it's not going to drop on us. Tree rubbing on the south lawn. So here we've got a wonderful lawned area Beautiful area and a little cafe.
See?
So the Bishop's Palace itself is the 800-year-old home and office of the Bishop of Bath and Wells. And it's an independent charity, so it relies on people coming and spending their money in order to conserve this beautiful site so that it can be enjoyed by everyone now and in the future. So every entrance ticket, every cup of tea you buy supports the ability to maintain, repair and develop this unique piece of history. 14 acres of stunning landscape garden to explore, including the ancient well pools that give the city of Wells its name. Inside the palace you'll find the medieval undercroft, long gallery and the Bishop's beautiful chapel. For younger visitors they can follow the Dragon's Lair play area trail. And Anita's actually got the parasol out. So on the far side of this particular lawn are the earliest buildings of the palace, which date from 1206. We are lucky to have a country which has got such wonderful history and much of it well preserved. Girls itching to get onto the lawn, but it's all been fenced off today, so we're not doing that. I think we'll do that on another day.
Yeah. We can go for a walk around, have a look down at the river and see the fish.
The Moat. It is obviously spotted some plants for sale. There's some rhubarb there, darling. Rhubarb, rhubarb. Never been a great fan of rhubarb, actually. It's actually a yew tree. The cafe seems to be doing very well. And a gift shop. This is actually the stable yard that we're in. And this has always been a service area tucked away from view behind the enclosing walls. When Bishop Burnell, who was the bishop from 1275 to 1292, planned his great hall, he probably sited the kitchen, pantry and storerooms here with easy access to the banqueting rooms beyond.
Sí, que está nadando, ¿a que sí? Así es como se mueve. Como cuando vas tú a nadar. So grab that camera and it's been gone. He said, no more photos. See the bottom.
just having a look at the moat. You can walk along the side of the moat.
You're right, Luna.
There's the other swan. Have a drink. I was sitting on the lawn a few moments ago. Some tourists tried to get a little bit too close and decided it was time to move on.
Say hello, swan.
Hello, Mummy.
Swans are not always friendly.
Look at his wings. Look at his wings. Run.
Not too close. They're not always very friendly.
Mama.
Savannah.
Go away from the water, Savannah.
The swan's coming.
And the moat goes on and on there, and there's a nice little walkway just down the side. Lots of benches. Savannah not too happy.
Lovely tree. You should be videoing this as well. I don't know what it is.
Tree in full flower. Absolutely beautiful.
Wow, that's a big leaf.
Big, yay, big, yay, big. I'm gonna take
This archway is referred to as the Bishop's Eye and dates from the 15th century, and it's so that the bishop could actually keep an eye on what was going on in the streets of Wells from a safe distance, and I guess the doors could be shut to keep out any unwanted visitors. We've got a van wanting to come through. And we're now back into the square at the top of the town.
Yeah.
If any of you have seen the film Hot Fuzz, this is where it was filmed, in the town of Wells, in the city of Wells. Tourist information. And more lovely flowers for Anita. And you can get drinking water here, which is always good. One of the things I remember about Wells every time I come is that they have these gutters here, and there's usually water running down the gutters constantly, rain or not rain. Nothing at this part, but you can see in the distance it's where the water starts. This is the Crown at Wells, and many years ago we did a surprise party there for Lara. We came over from Spain, from Mallorca, and we were waiting in this dining room here for her to arrive, and she was a little bit surprised, to say the least. A lovely occasion. That was quite a long time ago. We are in deep East Somerset, but one of the things I particularly like if you come to Wells is the Cornish pasties, and Parsons Bakery across the road is where we usually have the Cornish pasties from. So you can see lots of water running down, and on both sides of the road. And it's where the city gets its name from the Wells. We're on the shady side of the street. Earlier on we walked up this street, didn't do the video as we walked up, do the video as we walked down. We're parked at the bottom of the town, if you like. You might imagine that a street like this would be pedestrianised, but it's not.
What are going in there?
We notice lots and lots of charity shops here. There's one for cancer research, and as we go down you'll probably see lots more. We have been treated to wonderful weather while we've been here, though it was cool this morning. I think when we before we came out of the house it was down to 8 or 9 degrees, so it did feel very fresh. As the day's gone on, the sun has burnt through the clouds, and now we have bright sunshine, and the temperature has risen accordingly. So my guess is it's probably around 20 degrees Celsius, which is very comfortable, especially as I've got a jumper on, because I needed the jumper this morning. I probably don't need the jumper now. So that bank over there is actually Lloyd's Bank now, but it was established there as a bank in 1835. Probably not Lloyd's Bank at that time, but well, I suppose it may have been. Very much a mixture of buildings and different building materials and different finishes on the buildings. That's what I could do with taking back to Mallorca. Good solid reclining chair. We were looking for somewhere to have a coffee earlier on, and we noticed coffee, Costa Coffee, we noticed Nero Coffee, and this one is the Fosso Lounge. They're all chains. We didn't really notice are any that are locally run by local businesses, and that may be due to the fact that it's probably got quite high rents around here. You can see how busy it is for a Thursday lunchtime. It's coming up to about 2 o'clock. It's very busy. Because there's not just the people who live around here, there's also lots of tourists who come to Wells, of all nationalities. So while we were outside the cathedral, we bumped into a gentleman, and Serena asked him to take a photograph, and noticed he'd got an accent, and asked him where he was from. He was from Germany. So she had a little chat to him in German. That got her brain going a little bit because she hasn't spoken German for a long time. There's Coffee One, another one of those coffee chains. So no shortage of places to have a coffee, but a shortage of places which are, I suppose, local, or run by locals, owned by locals. Property here seems, well, I don't know, I find it very hard to judge price of a property. It's a 2-bedroomed house there for 250,000. Nice 4-bedroom detached house, 2 bathrooms, 2 sitting rooms for £625,000. Cheapest property on the board is 125,000, which has actually got 2 bedrooms. It's a flat, it's an apartment. 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a sitting room.
Nana.
We lost Nana. Whoa! Oh, she'll be in a shop somewhere. She'll find us. Oh, the wool shop. There we go. That's where Nana will be.
She's not.
No?
We lost her in the rubbish shop.
Well, Anita's going in search of wool, and I've noticed there's an antique shop. There's a lot of people outside the antique shop, so they must have lots of interesting things, I guess. It's one of the little side streets off the main street in Wells.
You got the rabbits.
And luckily they're next to each other, the wool shop and the antique shop.
What more do you want? I'm going to look.
So lots of picture frames. I'm not interested in those particularly. Roger's Thesaurus. Everyone had to have one of those at one time. Berries, £1 a piece. Yeah.
It's for you.
Thank you. Berries, £1 a piece. Well, Anita's been in the wool shop, and guess what?
She says I can squash it in. Like that colour?
My goodness, how are you going to squash all that into your bag?
You go in yours, darling. That's a nice colour, don't you think?
You look after it for me, thank you. Right, we're going to head back down towards the main street, and I'll catch up with you there. Well, I think all that wool should keep Anita busy for a few nights. I'm still not sure how she's going to get it back into a case to get into Mallorca, that we'll see. Nice English butchers. That's his name, Griffith, so he's probably Welsh. Right, do we want to go down this way or down that way?
Do you reckon we can go down that way?
That's where the cut. Well, we can. Yes, we can. And the water still flows down by the side of the road.
You guess I think in the antique shop.
Volkswagen Polo.
Sunday.
Oh, here we go, fish and chip shop and pizzeria. That's the whole lot. Uniforms and schoolwear. Oh, we've actually found a little cafe. The grapes and the good. Now the girls have got a lolly, that's where they were. Ooh, a tech shop. All my sort of thing. Ooh, some nice bread. We're going out tonight, so I don't think we need to buy any food.
Y los míos, yo también me puedo sentar. Is this the street we're in?
Not particularly, but we can go this way, I'm sure. We can go this way, can't we?
This is where we came out.
Is that the way we came out? Oh, jolly
Yes,
good.
because this is a pound shop on the right hand side that we were going to go in.
Oh, was it?
Some money, honey, please.
What for?
Good to buy a Luna. They're in your sunflowers and make them grow. You like the blue one? Mummy likes the blue one.
Well, we've had a lovely day in the smallest city in England, that's Wells. And we've been to the cathedral, and that was in the first video. The second video through the city, and if you haven't been to Wells, then I can thoroughly recommend it. It's a very interesting place, lots to see, and well worth a visit. Thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.
Adios.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Are you lot making